Guys, welcome to Audrey's reading area. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 8 p.m.
Alexa, what time is Audrey's reading area?
Audrey reads in her area live at 8 o'clock p.m.
Live at 8, you guys. Live, let's do it together. Live. Live at 8. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to my four grandbabies, Korea, Sanaa, D3, David the Third, and Kaden. Love you, miss you. Hope to see you again soon. Mwah, mwah, mwah. All right, on this, yes, Friday. What kind of Friday is it, you guys? That's right. You remembered Inspirational Friday. Inspirational Friday. Yes, Inspirational Friday. So have a nice, fun, exciting book and inspirational book that I'll be reading to you guys. First, click that like button, click that share button, then go on over to YouTube and smash that subscribe button for me. Hammer it, pound it, smack it, or just click it. That subscribe button there on Audrey's Reading Area. Audrey's Reading Area. Let me say it again. Audrey's Reading Area. Well, all right, you guys. The fun and exciting book that I'll be reading to you today is my first Bible stories, Creation of the World, including Adam and Eve and other stories. So this is a book of compilation of a bunch of different stories. So what we're going to do is we're going to just jump right in to this book and let's get it started. It says, discover how the world was created, why there are so many different languages, and what God's 10 commandments are, including the story of the creation of the world, Adam and Eve, Noah's Ark, the Tower of Babel, and God's 10 laws. Beautifully illustrated, these stories are portrayed with the adventure, excitement, and meaning that has made them classics, making this book a perfect introduction to the Bible. Published in 2009 by Igloo Books. Let's see. Igloo Books, that's all it says. I don't know who put it together. Distributed by Greenbrier International. Igloo Books Ltd. Cottage Farms. But we know who wrote this stuff, right? We got it straight out the Bible. Creation of the world, including Adam and Eve and other stories. So let's jump right into this book. And the illustrations are good. It doesn't even say who illustrated this book. It does say printed and manufactured in China. So shout out to whoever drew all these pictures and put this book together for the kiddos. So, in the beginning, Genesis 1:1, in the beginning there was God. Then God created earth. But to begin with, earth was as dark as night. So God said, let there be light. So he made the sun. Now there was day to go with night. Then God made the sky. God made the sky, and underneath the sky, he gathered together huge amounts of water to make the seas. And in between the seas, he made rocks and mountains and soil. Then he made flowers and forests of trees which could grow in the soil. Then God made fish that could live in the seas, and birds that could fly in the sky, and animals that could live on the land. He then made the first man, whom he called Adam. God thought Adam might be lonely all by himself, so he made the first woman, whom he called Eve. Oh, you guys know that story. It had taken God 6 long days to make everything in the world. So on the 7th day, Saturday, he rested. He decided from then on, every Seventh day should be a day of rest. And this special day of rest he called the Sabbath. Called the Sabbath. Adam and Eve. God gave Adam and Eve a beautiful garden to live in, which he called the Garden of Eden. He filled it with the loveliest flowers and plants. There were rivers Adam and Eve could drink from, and trees bearing the most delicious fruit. It was truly paradise. In the center of the garden, God planted a special tree. This is the tree of knowledge of good and evil. He told them, do not eat from the fruit that grows on it. If you do, you will die. Adam and Eve lived happily in the garden for many years and made sure that they never ate the fruit that grew on that special tree. But one day, look at this. Slimy snake slithered up to Eve and hissed, you really should taste the apple that grow on the tree of knowledge. They really are the most delicious fruit in the garden. Eve was a little frightened. But God said, we'd die if we tasted the fruit from that tree, she said. You won't die, mocked the snake. You won't die. God said that because he knows if you were to eat the fruit, you would become as wise as he, and he wouldn't want that to happen, would he? Eve thought this made sense. She walked slowly to the tree of knowledge, picked off the juiciest, ripest apples she could see, and took a big bite out of it. And when she saw Adam a little later, she shared the fruit with him. When God realized what they had done, he was angry. He was angry. You have disobeyed me, he said. You must now leave this beautiful garden. From this day on, you must work hard to grow your own food in the rough and thorny ground that lies beyond here. And when you grow old, you will die. So Adam and Eve left the Garden of Eden. Their lives became much harder, and they struggled to grow enough to eat in the hot, harsh lands outside of the garden. They were struggling now. For the rest of their days, they regretted the time when they disobeyed God by eating the fruit that grew on the tree of knowledge. Sometimes you regret not listening to your parents, right? Sometimes you regret disobeying the Lord, I'm sure. But then you ask for forgiveness, right? Right. Noah's Ark. So Noah's Ark, Genesis 6, verse 9. God was angry. He saw that most people on earth were not obeying him. So he decided to flood the whole world and drown everyone in it. But there was one man he decided to save. This man's name was Noah. God knew that Noah was a good man and wanted to save him from the flood. You and your family must build a great ark, God told him. In it, you will gather together 2 of every animal on earth. Do this and you will be saved. Noah and his family set to work. They cut down the tallest trees and used them to make the frame of the ark. Then they covered the frame with rough planks of wood and put tar on the inside so the water couldn't get in. They all worked very hard for many months. Finally, it was finished. Finally, it was finished. Noah then gathered together two of every single creature on earth. Just as God had told him to do, right? Remember? Yes. The animals lined up and slowly began to troop into the ark. There were so many of them, it took a very long time. Everyone helped to load enough food and water to last them for months. Once Noah and his family had joined the animals on board, Noah shut the huge doors behind him. Then the rain began. It began to rain. It rained for 40 days and 40 nights. Soon the whole earth was covered with water and became one big sea. The only things left alive on earth were the people and animals inside the ark. For months and months, the ark tossed around on the sea. Noah peered through the windows every day, hoping to see signs of dry land, but he only saw water. One day he sent out a raven to look for dry land, but the raven didn't return. Then he sent out a dove to look for dry land, but the dove didn't return either. Noah sent out a second dove. When it returned with an olive leaf in its beak, Noah knew this was a sign that the waters were going down and dry land wasn't too far away. He sent out the dove once more, and this time it didn't return. Noah knew beyond a doubt that the flood had almost disappeared. He looked out of the window and was overjoyed to see dry land on the horizon. Gathering his family together, Noah told them the news they had waited so long to hear. Then they sailed happily towards the shore. After he had made sure all the animals left the ark safely, Noah got down on one knee and thanked God for keeping his family safe. I promise, said God, however angry I become, I will never again destroy what I have created. Then he put a beautiful rainbow in the sky. Whenever I see a rainbow, said God, it will remind me to keep my promise. And when you see a rainbow, think of my promise and be certain that I will keep it. The tall tower. Genesis 11. After the great flood, Noah's sons had children. Then those children had children, and it went on. Noah's descendants filled every country in the world. They all spoke one language. They were learning about things too. They learned that if you baked clay, it would become very hard, and from this, you can make strong bricks. With strong bricks, you can build houses and buildings. One day, someone in a place called Babel had an idea. Let's build a tower and make it the tallest tower anyone has ever seen, he said excitedly. We will become famous and everyone will envy us. Probably thought that building that tower in case of another flood would keep them away from it, right? I'm just saying. Work began on the tower, but God, who had been watching them, became sad. These people are becoming as selfish and vain as the people I punished with the great flood, he thought. They have learnt nothing. I must teach them a lesson. So God made everyone speak. Bam! He made everyone speak a different language. Because they couldn't understand each other, the tower couldn't be finished. So everyone had to go and live in the part of the world where their language was spoken so that they would be understood. God's 10 laws, called the 10 Commandments. Exodus 19 through 20. God told Moses to lead his people to the foot of Mount Sinai, where something important would happen. They arrived at the foot of the mountain 3 months after they had left Egypt. Moses asked the people to make camp and to wait for him. Then he slowly started to climb to the top of Mount Sinai, where he knew God wanted to speak to him alone. Moses was gone for many days. At the foot of the mountain, the Hebrew people were getting restless. God has left us, they said to each other. We must build ourselves a new God to worship. So they collected all the gold in the camp, melted it down, and made a gold calf to which they began to pray. I don't get it. How do you just build something and just start praying to it? That makes no sense. I'm just saying. Moses came down from the mountain carrying 2 stone tablets that had the laws of God written on them. But when he saw the people worshiping the golden calf, he became angry and smashed the golden calf into little pieces. These are the laws of the only true God, he said, pointing to the stone tablets. Study them well and abide by them. These were God's 10 laws, and I'm going to read them to you. I am your one and true God. You must have no gods other than me. You must not make false idols and worship them. Always say my name with respect. You must work for 6 days and rest on the seventh day, which is Saturday. Always treat your mother and father with respect. I'm going to read that again. Always treat your mother, your mother, your mother, and your father with respect. Do not kill any other human being. I'm going to read that again. Do not kill any other human being. People who are married must always be faithful to each other. Maybe I need to read that a couple more times, right? People who are married must always be faithful to each other. Do not steal. Don't steal. Don't take anything that doesn't belong to you or that you didn't pay for and you didn't get permission to take. Do not steal. It is wrong to tell lies. Don't lie. No, no, no. That's a no, no. No, no. Don't lie. Do not be envious of what other people have. Just be happy with what you have. Don't be envious of what other people have. And that is the end of this book, Creation of the World, including Adam and Eve and other stories. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being here and listening to me read fun, exciting, and inspirational books like this. So I'll see you Monday. Oh yeah. Here at Audrey's Reading Area, we are here every day of the week, Monday through Friday, but we rest up on Saturdays, and then on Sundays we get prepared for the rest of the week. So I will see you again on Friday. Shout out to everybody here who has been here and listening to me read. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for your love and support. Shout out to everyone who shares my videos. My cousin Ellie, my girl Victoria, Sheena G. Shout out to you guys. Shout out, shout out, shout out. Much love, and I'll see you again live, Live, live at 8 on Monday. All right. See you soon. Enjoy your weekend.